Allison here, and today we are talking about Jessica Simpson Perfumes because Jessica Simpson's name is on everybody's lips right now because she just, I guess, spilling all the tea about her life. And guess what? I got caught up and bought the book. So if you're interested in hearing more about the two Jessica Simpson perfumes in my collection, then stay tuned. So I have here two Jessica Simpson perfumes that I both bought as blind purchases, had not smelled them and could not smell them when I saw them at TJ Maxx, but they were such a good price that I thought, why not? So first we have Fancy, and then we have Vintage Bloom. So let's start with Vintage Bloom because this is the one that I bought purely because of the name and the packaging. I just thought, oh, that's such a cute bottle. Had no idea how it would smell, but I love the name because Vintage Bloom, Gucci Bloom. Gucci Bloom is one of my favorite perfumes. I thought, why not? I should have another Bloom perfume in my collection. When I first smelled this, and when I first tested it out, I wasn't too pleased. It's a very floral perfume, which, I mean, is obvious because it's called Vintage Bloom. And I don't mind a floral perfume. Gucci Bloom is a very floral perfume. But Gucci Bloom is very white floral. This is more of a sunny type of floral. Even though it has peony in it, I don't know that peony is necessarily a sunny floral. But the citrus in here takes this to very sunny levels. And when you do just one spray of this, the sillage and the lasting power is not that amazing. But then if you do multiple sprays, it can get overwhelming. It can be headache inducing. So you kind of trickle a fine line with this one. But what made me eventually like this one, especially for the spring, is that it layers well with Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream. It smells good on its own too. But it layers very well with Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream. If you layer this with Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream, it takes the lasting power of both of those to the appropriate desired level for me. Both of those perfumes are very light, the Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream and then this one by Jessica Simpson Vintage Bloom. Both of these are very light. The lasting power is not that great and the sillage is not that great. But when you layer them together, the sillage goes up nicely without being overwhelming. It lasts all day. It's a very powdery, sweet, floral, sunny combination. But the other thing is that even though it stays on you all day, it's kind of like a soft cloud. It's not completely a skin scent, but it's just like a soft, close cloud. The only disadvantage to that combination is that any of my friends who have allergies and they get headaches from, well, not really headaches, but sneezing fits from smelling perfumes, this is one of the perfumes that triggers it. I wore this when a friend of mine was giving me a ride to Huntsville. I get in the car and she just starts and like she's doing all this right here, and it was because of this perfume. Because I think on that day, yeah, it was because of this perfume, and I had layered it with Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream. But other people who have smelled this, who don't get allergy fits, have complimented me on this perfume. I think the more popular perfume by Jessica Simpson, as far as the two that I own, is Fancy. Especially appropriate right now for winter. Fancy is caramel, it's syrupy, it's sweet, it's a gourmand. It's a bit synthetic smelling, but as it wears throughout the day, that synthetic smell goes away. And honestly, when you have a scent note like caramel, it's gonna be synthetic. Caramel is not a naturally occurring fragrance note. It has to be created in the lab. But some perfume makers, some perfume houses are better at creating or using a fragrance note with caramel that doesn't smell so synthetic. But this one, even though it has that synthetic smell, after that kind of wears down, it's a very nice smell. You're going to get compliments on it, especially from people who love foodie type perfumes. And for this to be the price that you find this at, it has decent lasting power. It lasts about 4 hours on me, and I usually carry this with me. This is a 1 ounce bottle, and I just respray at the end of the day. So those are my two Jessica Simpson perfumes, Vintage Bloom and Fancy. A question. Do you think she's going to come out with a matching perfume? Like, what do you think of a perfume that's called Open Book? Because we already have some perfumes that kind of play on the library smell, the smell of book pages. Do you think Jessica Simpson would go there? It would be a good business opportunity. Everybody's talking about the book. The book is getting a lot of good reviews. Why not have a perfume called Open Book Eau de Parfum by Jessica Simpson?